Well, there's mixed reviews about the NBA play-in tournament at postseason time, and a lot of the negativity surrounds the 9 versus 10 seed games. We got a good one in the Western Conference this year, but in the Eastern Conference, this is what people are alluding to when they say it's meaningless to have a 9 versus 10 seed game, and it breaks tradition because in past years it's been the top 8 seeds in each conference making the playoffs with the 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7 standard format. However, we got a good one in the Western Conference side of the bracket when it comes to the 9 versus 10, but certainly not on the East side, as we're looking at the Chicago Bulls and the Atlanta Hawks, two teams with losing records that really are not playoff worthy, but somebody's going to win, and they're going to play in the next game against a 7-8 winner in the East, or excuse me, the 7-8 loser in the East. And at the end of the day, folks, it's another game for us to handicap and bet on if we could find value. And I think I have with the total in this game. So let's take a look at the specifics at hand. But before we get to that, real quickly, folks, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for supporting me here on Wager Talk TV. A lot of great comments. Continue those comments coming, folks. We've done pretty good, 13-5 with our last 18 free pick videos right here on Wager Talk TV. And all I ask, just a simple thing, give me a like. It goes a long way with Wager Talk TV, and it goes a long way with showing your appreciation for the work, time, and effort I'm putting in to try to do the best I can to put you on the winning sides of games each and every night. All right, so let's get to the matchup at hand, the Hawks and the Bulls. I'm going to concentrate, like I said, on the total here, which is 220.5. By the way, Chicago is currently a 3-point favorite, and I'm recording around 2:30 p.m. Eastern time on today is Tuesday the 16th, and the game goes on Wednesday the 17th. They all blend in together when you work so much. Atlanta, over their last 5 games, have just been horrible defensively, and that's been a common theme for the Hawks over the last few years, but even more so over those last 5 contests where they've allowed opponents to shoot 54.8% from the field. And remember, they finished the regular season in a game at Indiana and lost 157 to 115, allowed the Indiana Pacers to shoot 65% in that contest. The Chicago Bulls, by the way, over the last 4 games have really been efficient offensively. They've averaged 123 points per contest, shot just a tad under 51% from the field. The Bulls also have gone 9-1 to the over this year at home when coming off back-to-back overs and when there's a total of 226 or less like there will be in this contest. In those 10 contests, they had an average total of 219.6. Current total right now is 220.5. In those 10 games, averaged the combined 229.5 points scored per game. By the way, the Bulls have gone over the total in each of their last 4 regular season games heading into the postseason. And those games averaged the combined 243 points scored per contest, while the Bulls scored 117 points or more on all 4 occasions. Atlanta, they have their deficiencies defensively. There's no two ways about that. But offensively, they're capable, and they have some explosiveness and some firepower with some talented players like Trae Young setting the path offensively for Atlanta. The Hawks have scored 110 points or more in 12 of their last 14 games. They've gone over the total in 12 of their last 15 games. And this year, the Atlanta Hawks have gone 6-0 to the over when they're an underdog of 2 to 11.5 points, which they are, and after allowing 127 points or more in their previous game. Like I said, they allowed 157 in their previous game, and those 6 games averaged 257.7 points combined scored per game. These teams have met 3 times this year, and Atlanta has really fired away from 3 in all 3 of those matchups against the Bulls. They had 40, 43, and 46 3-point attempts in their 3 games against the Bulls, and they averaged making 15.3 threes per contest. Chicago had a parade to the free throw line in their 3 matchups during regular season action against Atlanta, averaging 28 free throw attempts per game in those 3 contests. And you can't undervalue the amount of times teams get to the free throw line when handicapping the game, especially a total. Atlanta, they're averaging 117.3 points per game this season. Chicago 118.7. And the Bulls in those 3 games against one another, I should say. And the Bulls averaged 92 field goal attempts. They had 92 field goal attempts twice and 94 in the other matchup against Atlanta this season. And that type of number when it comes to field goal attempts combined with the free throw attempts, they're playing at a very fast pace and also getting to the free throw line a lot, which equates to a lot of points being scored. I'm going to go Atlanta, Chicago over 220.5 in this contest. Just a reminder, you can find my premium paid selections over at sportsmemo.com. Those are my best picks, the games I wager on personally myself for more money than the free picks, even though we're doing well with the free picks, folks. They're not my best picks. My best picks of the day are always at sportsmemo.com. And over the last 2 years, it's Sports Memo, number 1 in terms of NBA playoff action, number 1 rated sports betting expert in the NBA playoffs, is I've had a combined record of 50-30, which is 62.5%. And according to the grading system in which Sports Memo has implemented, up 8,955 units over the last 2 years in the NBA playoffs. Also, folks, all basketball picks since March 19th, I've gone 33-15. That's good for 69%. That includes 7-1 in my last 8 in the NBA. You can go to my personal page at Sports Memo, sm.buzz/RB. That's sm.buzz/RB. And by the way, folks, site-wide, including for myself, any of our 7-day packages, which go for $79, we're going to add an additional 3 days on to your purchase. Simply at checkout, just click on the $79 3-day pass. We're going to add 3 days automatically. You don't need a coupon code. You don't need a promo code. So take advantage of that. And until the next time, which will be tomorrow, thank you for joining me on Wager Talk TV. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.